Are you looking for the best wide-angle lenses? In this video we will look at some of the 4 best lenses on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Canon RF 15-35mm f/2.8L is USM. The Canon RF 15-35mm f/2.8 carries on much of the impressive legacy of the EF version of this lens. It offers an ultra-wide view along with a more modest wide-angle perspective, making it highly versatile. It's weather-sealed, so it can stand up to the elements if needed. A customizable control ring makes it more convenient to access settings that you need. And, as we would expect from Canon's L-series lenses, it results in excellent all-around image quality, though with a little bit of edge softness when shooting wide open. The RF 15-35mm f/2.8 lens features a fast and constant f/2.8 aperture, ideal for low-light situations like wedding receptions and night landscapes. Adding to its low-light abilities, the lens provides 5 stops of image stabilization. That's unique for an ultra-wide-angle lens, which typically doesn't offer that. And it can focus as close as 11 inches. Combined with the f/2.8 aperture and 9 rounded diaphragm blades, you'll achieve some nice bokeh and background separation, even at the wide end. The primary downside to this lens is that it is rather bulky and heavy, partly because of that image stabilization. It even weighs slightly more than the Canon EF 16-35mm f/2.8 L3 USM lens. It also doesn't offer quite the same level of edge-to-edge sharpness as the legendary EF 16-35mm, but it's still plenty impressive and well worth the money. At number 2. Nikon Nikkor Z17-28mm f/2.8. The Nikkor Z17-28mm f/2.8 is a well-rounded and versatile wide-angle lens for Nikon full-frame mirrorless cameras that is priced very reasonably for what you get. It offers a fast and constant f/2.8 aperture, which you typically only see on more expensive models. The focus and zoom are internal, meaning the lens won't change length as you zoom or adjust focus. That's ideal for use on a gimbal, especially as it won't require you to rebalance whenever you want to change your focal length. There's no image stabilization, but that's typical on wide-angle lenses. And it weighs just under a pound, which is very lightweight for the class. That makes it easier to hold and carry for long periods or when trying to hold steady when using slower shutter speeds. The compact size and lightweight build were particularly nice on hikes. It can focus as close as 7.5 inches, resulting in really nice wide-angle detail shots. And it's weather-sealed and plenty rugged for serious use. There are 2 minor issues with the 17-28mm. First, there are no controls on the lens body, including no manual focus switch. Instead, you'll have to access your camera menus. It's also not as sharp as Nikon's more expensive lenses, especially on the edges. It's good enough for most situations and people, but if you want pristine sharpness, the Nikkor Z14-24mm f/2.8s, despite offering a slightly different focal length, is your best bet. At number 3. Sony FE16-35mm f/2.8 GM. Sony's 16-35mm f/2.8 GM is a pricey lens, but for those who want the best in quality and features, it's well worth the price. As with other G Master lenses, it is built to withstand the elements and some general abuse. It also gets a focus hold button and AF/MF switch for better handling. This lens features 2 direct drive SSM autofocus groups for fast, quiet, and accurate autofocus. It will allow you to take full advantage of Sony's advanced autofocus in both still and video applications. The rounded, 11-blade diaphragm results in highly attractive bokeh when you want a shallow depth of field, and the floating focusing system maintains consistent performance when zooming and focusing. Perhaps most important, though, is that this lens is extremely sharp. It is possibly the sharpest lens of this category across brands. And the nano AR coating does an excellent job of reducing flare and ghosting, improving contrast and colors even in strong light. Overall, this lens is hard to beat if you are looking for a versatile wide-angle zoom lens. At number 4. Fujifilm XF10-24mm f/4R OISWR. Fujifilm's wide-angle offering may not provide as fast of an aperture as the other lenses on our list, but it still has a lot to offer. As an APS-C lens, it provides a 15 to 36 mm equivalent focal length range, which is ideal for a variety of situations. It's a very compact lens, so it balances really nicely with the X series cameras. You can even shoot with a pop-up flash when zoomed out all the way, thanks to how small it is. The front element of this lens doesn't protrude very much, which means that you can use traditional front filters. The zoom is nice and smooth, making it ideal for video applications. The stepping motor results in quick and quiet autofocus. There's no focus breathing either, which is another plus for video. And it offers 3.5 stops of image stabilization, a unique feature for a wide angle. There is some visible distortion from this lens, but it's not a wacky amount. And it's easy to correct when editing as well. It's a sharp lens as well, especially when stopped down to f/5.6. Images are clean and clear of aberrations, and ghosting is well handled as well. And it's weather sealed, making it ideal for landscape photography or anything that might involve getting caught in some less than ideal conditions.